Hello everyone, welcome back to Fablehaven Knock on the Coffin lid, the nightmares of Milenis. The tarot shenanigans continue, with Vanadis finally challenging justice. But first, a new patch came out today. They have released the new custom mode. This is similar to I called them the Scales of Judgment in early access. But the way this works is you can completely customize your run. You can pick your character. We'll be playing as Raven Sisters Vanadis today, so I might as well use her as an example. And then you can add different modifiers to make your game easier, or challenges to make your game harder. I believe this number here, it just signifies, how difficult it is. But this, I believe, will also modify the experience you gain. At least that's the way it works in early access. So what we used to do, the fun trick was if you wanted to level a class, you would just make it as hard as difficult and try to get to at least the first boss. And you would get so much experience. It was the easiest way to get to level 5, for sure. But they've gone a step further than there was in early access. You can modify your deck, or your starting deck. There are a lot of unknown cards here for some reason. You can change, or add a tarot if you would like. You can even change the items you begin with. So if you really wanted to, we could go with a full Raven set to begin with. Accumulating sets is infamously difficult in Knock on the Coffin lid. It's gotten a lot easier over the years, but don't get it twisted. But yeah, this would be the best way to try out sets if you've discovered them. Apparently I don't have the Raven Sister thing here. But you get the point. If you find an item, you can use it, you can start with it, and you can do whatever you want in the brand new custom mode. I don't know if this is on consoles, it just dropped for PC, but yeah, you can do it if you want. We can explore it in the future if you would like. But first things first, today, the tarot shenanigans continue with justice. Upon summoning a pet, a random enemy is summoned. Upon killing that enemy, Vanadis gains 20 gold. Even amongst others, you're the only remaining right one. Try your best to stay where you are. Now, of course, we were going to do this in the last episode, but we had a bit of a complication. Hopefully that complication has been resolved. So we'll be playing as Elevated Raven Sister. Connection cannot be reduced by cards or skills, but if connection is more than 20, it is reduced to 20 at the start of the turn. Recalling the pet increases the damage from Frostbite by 1. I believe Raven Sister is the strongest of the Vanadis classes, and since we're going to be spawning in enemies, we might as well make the most of it. Justice will prevail when the Golden Buffalo's wish has come true. Fulfill the Golden Buffalo's wish. What does he want? A trap, vassal armor, and a growth elixir. Are you sure? To be honest, not really, but you still have to check. Yes, we needed Bjorn to go find out what the Golden Buffalo was because he can speak to the primordial spirits, courtesy of his Lycan curse. And you've been enjoying the long series, which is coming to its end. Favorite the video. It does help out the channel. We're going to this guy again, huh? Alright, he has the Soul Taker. Does that mean he also has the Trap? Wow, you have 10 events with the Dying Bandit. Should we go say hello? There's plenty to do at the bandit camp. Is there? Is there, though? Is there really? Now, of course, we can destroy... Wow, that was unexpected. We can destroy the boar as Vanadis at the end of the turn. Okay. Restore 1 mana, sure. Look at my discipline, isn't it amazing? Ugin is so strong as Elevated Raven Sister. Whenever we spawn him in, he drops Frostbite, which is, of course, fantastic. But also, this is good. I do like knife throwing. Knife throwing is good. Exposure is fantastic, especially with good old Hugin. Do we go to the chest or do we go to the bandit camp? We'll go to the bandit camp. Vanadis was a bandit herself once upon a time. Once I was in the bandit camp, I felt at home. At first glance, a lonely girl does not at all belong among such company, but my case was special. Firstly, I was surrounded by my compatriots, with whom I had lived in the heathlands for many years. Secondly, I know how to act around robbers that they listen to me and do not take me for easy prey. In fact, I used to be one, so I settled into the camp pretty quickly. Actually, the only thing I haven't done is gamble. Alright, we're in a gamble mood. I won a captive dwarf. Oh. Huh. Snorri.
Your fellows in misery didn't show you sympathy and didn't expect compassion from you.
Well. I spawned a boar, that's so funny.
He calmed down. Didn't even have time to let out a squeak.
A squeak. Well, thanks to the free money, I guess. Wait, do I get money based on the characters? I'm not even sure. Well, that was easy. What am I going to do with a free dwarf? I actually know where we might be able to put him. Do we care about troll leather boots? We don't not care about it. So if we were doing any other tarot card, we could give this to, what's his name? The Fat Orc. When I become the ruler of the Northern Gate, I will quickly reconcile the elves with the dwarf. I'd like to have your confidence. Fine, let us say you become the ruler, although I don't believe that you will. How will you win the war? End the war. I can permanently ban humans from settling in the heathlands in exchange for the dwarves turning a blind eye to the elven settlements in the frontier. If we haven't captured the frontier by then, it might work. It might work, he says. Let's get some frosty wings. Now, of course, as Raven's sister Vanadis, one of the best upgrades is upgrading your basic attack into freezing or flaming blow. We'll go freezing. I usually do prefer the burning blow, but we'll try out some ice today. I can't believe there are 9 events with this poor troll. A bleeding bandit will hardly arouse pity in anyone, but it could have been me. I used to live by brigandage myself, and believe me, it is not a trade you choose upon a whim. I wonder who stabbed him. Let's follow the murderous trail. The raven rose high, then dived somewhere, and returned to me a couple minutes later with a medallion in his beak. Oh, interesting. Playing a card reduces the value of a random card in hand. Sure, that works for me. Unless it's scarce. Then it doesn't work for me. Gold, gold, swimming in gold! Well, this is awful for Vanadis, but we'll take it. It's something. I always found elves to be two-faced, and now I had further proof of that. I bumped into one of their scouts, and instead of attacking me, as per usual, that squirt reminded me of the old friendship and asked for help. He had tracked down a dwarven commander not far from here, but was afraid to attack him alone. I figured out everything at once. No elves were left in this part of the frontier, but there were bandits, and they were what he was looking for. Taking me for a bandit, he'd promised he'd take only the letters and maps from the dwarves, and that all the gold would be mine. To make his offer even more tempting, the cheeky elf threatened to kill me if I refused. I would talk to him, but just in case that changes the dialogue here, we'll stick with the quest. The deal was fair, although cynical. I agreed. Now, we do have a slight concern here. What happens when I do this? Yeah, that's what I thought.
You didn't fight fair.
Well, Snorri's gone, but I don't think he's dead, maybe? Well, not that important. Like I said, you can give him to the fat orc, but we're going to kill him for the elixir. Upon armor decrease, inflict 1 frostbite. In what reality is that useful to me? When taking damage without losing HP. So if you're doing an armor build. Is this a Raven Sister only card? Because that, well, we do have a lot of Blanc. Okay. Anyway, I think I'm skipping this. There's the trap. It is a good card. Ooh. Do I take the hat? I like the sword. This gives me backstab, which is great, but also a 25% chance to deal double damage. Was that nerfed? I think it was higher once upon a time. Talento, talento. This is at least more useful, I suppose. By killing the general of the dwarves, you can obtain the trap. A trap! I decided to go straight through a ruined elven outpost and ran into a group of dwarves who were moving towards me. I had mere moments to decide whether to hide or to fight. I managed to lurk into a half-burned house and hid amongst the rubble, but the stubborn dwarves started looking for me. I grew tired of hiding, but they did not want to leave. It got colder in a while, and I began to freeze. You lost 10 health. The cold was becoming unbearable. The tips of my fingers quickly became numb. When I could no longer feel my feet from the cold and almost got my nose frostbitten, they finally left, and I was able to get out of my hiding place. I wonder what they were looking for. Go find it, Hugh. Aww. Hugin saw a burned-down elven idol from a height and landed on it. Bad luck. Well, that's unfortunate. You'd make a wise ruler. Wow. Who is this snoring guy? Wiser than Ingvar. I am flattered, but why do you think that? You should have banned humans from settling in the Heathlands a long time ago. That's where all the problems started. Fugitive criminals have no place at the foot of the Thundering Mountain. They belong on the gallows. Oh wait, I'm not going to hang them. Well, what will you do with them? The Northern Gate will be their new home. If the Lord of the Northern Gate grants citizenship to fugitive criminals, what will the other lords say? Couldn't care less. Forget what I said about your wisdom. Yeah, that's a good point. They'll perceive, being a criminal as rewarding the criminals. Or, the citizens will see that as rewarding the criminals, which never ends well for the regular folk. The dwarves have been taming trolls for a long time. They use their incredible strength to crush stones and carry heavy loads. But involving them in war is dishonorable. Naive trolls must not participate in this. Not to,
Trolls are the most innocent victims of war.
What a
But
hand.
you hardly think about that when one of these monsters is coming at you.
What a hand. Okay. I'll say that should count for the enrage.
You have acquired
Cool.
a taste for buffs.
Not to insult you, Vanadis, but I wouldn't say you're the most honorable. The foremost figure on honor. There we go. Words. Making a man. This guy's actually working out pretty well. He's given strength to me and my little pet. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. Troll's dead.
You have one less enemy.
I do. And now he's dead too. Poison, you say? Now, because of our armor, talents do come straight to hand at turn 1, right? Yeah. Which is pretty good. Taking health damage from attacks. Shall we try it? Give it a shot. Ooh, the Raven Amulet. Nice. Don't think I need that, and I most certainly don't need that. Alrighty. We're gonna build the Raven set. Probably. Is this good? If I had picked up the cursed booties, it would be good, but I don't have the cursed booties. I don't have any draw at the moment. Alright, I think we're cutting it. I just think we keep upgrading our magic blow. More frostbite. That's what the doctor ordered. Maybe. I understand how I'm affecting global events. Those events taking place everywhere in our world. Without the dwarves I killed, they won't be able to take over the frontier, and all of Melanis's plans will go south. It is so nice to feel important. Alright, well, you know the rules. I snuck into an earthworm lair to take an egg, a local culinary delicacy that I really wanted to try again. I learned to navigate the dark maze of the caves pretty well, so I was no longer afraid of anything. I heard the rattling of a cauldron from a nearby tunnel. The goblins were pouring over the worm eggs with the growth elixir. I wonder what else might be hiding in the darkness. Hugin returned not alone, but in the company of a furious orc who was wearing a helmet of Batu's vassal. The orc was chasing a raven, shouting, "Return the amulet." No. No, I don't think I will. Really wish I drew, backstab here.
Take a rest and calm down.
Alright.
That's a good start.
This is a good trophy. Well, goodbye, good sir. There's my backstab. Beautiful. Batu the Smart's necklace. Increase max health by 20, gain 10 strength, lose 20 agility. Now, we can take this. We're not going to equip it, though. Because... this might be okay. Nah. Oh, hey, Provoker's Mask. This is actually really good. Wait, no, it's not. Darn it. I mean, it could be okay. Whatever, we'll take it. Ugin won't care. The reason why it's not very good, for Vanadis specifically, is because... Do I want to get this going? Oh, I suppose you can wait, because it goes in this slot, right? The reason why this isn't very good for Vanadis is because that 10 strength is on her only, and we are, of course, using Hugin to babam. The legendary Batu the Smart, whose unprecedented stupidity has become a legend in the Crimson Steppes, offered me to serve him as a vassal. This did not bode well for me, but it is difficult to refuse. Although Batu is stupid, he is very strong and petulant. I looked at his vassals thoughtfully, although one glance was enough to understand that Batu's clan consisted of a rabble worthy only of contempt. With all the courtesy he could muster, Batu suggested that I choose an item with the emblem of his clan on it. Yay. Start a battle, gain 100 block. We have the armor. And now we're gonna go get the growth elixir. Sharp dagger. Alright. I don't believe this guy has spikes. I tested the growth elixir on my pet, and I really liked its effect. It was a great idea. I made a deal with the goblin alchemist. They agreed to share the elixir with me if I killed one eccentric fat orc gardener. His fat will make so much potion that there will be enough for everyone. Unfortunately, I met that orc. He turned out to be a nice guy, so now I'm rather remorseful. In other circumstances, we could have become friends. Indeed, and I even have a friend to give him. But the event demands his death. But under the current circumstances, I'm putting him under the knife for a bottle of the elixir. Yeah. Oh, I wanted to have friends so very much. Sorry, bud. I believe he gets a bonus every time you play a talent, right? Okay.
Better not to get in your way.
Look at my armor. My block. Ow! He got through it! Well, that's rude. I know what the problem is. It ain't got no gas in it. No, the problem... Oh, thank you, little buddy. You saved me there. I was thinking I'd have to unsummon him and, you know, use my evasion here. Maybe I don't know what the problem is. I know I'm poisoning him a lot. Is this the highest poison value I've ever gotten? Could be. It's pretty up there. Kaboom! I'm so glad they fixed Frostbite. Hello. This could be very good. Of course, I prefer to play it as Vanadis. This is better as Vanadis as well. This is garbage. I would like this. I would like this quite a bit. Do I care, really? Alright, sure. The Raven Bow. We're onto something here. Immunity's fun. Alrighty. I have your things, Mr. Golden Buffalo. Everyone has heard about the Golden Buffalo, but almost no one has seen it. I was lucky. Orcs say that his insides are full of gold, and goblins believe that if you feed him money, the spirits of the steppes will bless you. Both could be right. Both may be right. Give him 3 items. There you go, good sir. What the heck just happened? So we have 7 bomb, 7 armor, 1 chrysopoeia. That's a word. Gain 20 gold upon killing an enemy. And buy back life. Upon taking fatal damage, lose 300 gold and restore 1 health. So how am I interpreting this? My interpretation of this is that the automaton is going to attack me directly and ignore Hugin's existence. That's how I'm vibing from this, and that's rude. Did the prophecy come true? It's difficult to understand an interlocutor who can only bellow. What does he do with all these items? Nothing. He just looks at them like a cow looks at a new gate. I get the blessing of the spirit steps. So he has no use for these items. He only cares about what you did to get them. Oh, that Bjorn. He got it all wrong. But anyway, you did everything the Golden Buffalo wanted you to do. I did. The Dwarven General is dead. Batu is alive and well, and the goblins got their growth elixir. It seems like we are in concert with the Golden Buffalo. Oh. Alright. Increases the damage dealt by the Vanadis and pets attacked by 1 for each of the frostbite. Oh, it's actually super good for me this time. I think I'd rather have this than the amulets. I'll just have to equip it before we go to a bonfire. Min-maxing here. I think we can membership? Wait, maybe I can do some lore stuff. I understand that I should influence the events in favor of goblins in order to weaken the orcs. Strong orcs will give us trouble in the future, but at that moment, it was better for me to be with them. After all, they are stronger. Membership in an orc clan is a matter of survival in the Crimson Steppes. Joining orcs and becoming one of them, at least formally, is another matter that's not so easy. The path to recognition and respect. You're already in Batu's clan. That means you're branded for life. Oh. Right. So I think there's a really long quest chain that requires going through this place multiple times. And I think I'm on like the final phase of it, where if I join this orc clan, I can talk to the orc chieftain, who's not even here, so it's kind of a moot point. And become the leader of the orc clans, which would be really cool. It's a Vanadis only thing. Orcs don't need a reason to fight, and finding an opponent is not much of a problem. However, they're a bit bored of fighting with each other and mocking weak goblins all the time. They hunger for new experiences. How else do you explain the fact that no traveler can just pass by the arena? So I was forced to take part in tourneys as well. Fun fact, I was afraid of immediately facing off with some hulking orc, but they let out small, nasty goblins instead. Not so scary, for starters. Who has poison blades? No one right now. So I probably should have saved that. I had never skipped past this place. And so the devs themselves were like, I think it was just Alex, who was like, have you ever said no to the orc arena? I was like, no. I always want to fight and get the shields. Why don't you try it? And fun fact, if you decline, this is at least on Percival, if you decline to join the arena, they're like, ha, ha, ha. No. There's no escape. You have to fight anyway. That was amusing. Well, I have 48 armor now, or block. So, you know, good luck. Imagine if I had barbs, too. It's annoying how much weaker I am when, they all have a warden. I had barely caught my breath when they announced my next opponent, Tuesday's champion. I was afraid that, for all I knew, I would have to finish off all the champions of the week. Thankfully, no. Alrighty. Yeet. I think I can play this because he's waiting. Oh. Nice. Wolg, sick him. Who's a Wolg?
Not a chance.
Well. Thankfully we have so this is the guy who deals damage back to you equal to the amount that he received, but good old Hugin has 2 insubstantiality, so he basically hard counters this guy. This, however, was a very bad draw. I hate it. I should have cast that first. Oh no, that's missing cards. Cool. I played that correctly. On accident. What did you just do? Oh, you weakened Hugin. Well, if you wanted to fight, you just had to ask. Mommy Vanadis will play with you.
Oh,
okay.
But why did he die?
I defeated Tuesday's champion, earning the right to fight in the finale. Go ahead and ball.
Component. I must admit, I have not met one like that.
You haven't? You need to explore the world a little bit more.
Let him rest a bit.
What cards are being reduced? Okay. Enjoy your poison breath. 80 for 107 armor.
They are the true
Block,
masters
excuse me.
of the Crimson Steps.
Well,
What was he expecting?
I don't know. Looks good to me. His barricade is not fair. Of course, if you're here as Percival, you can get those and get your very own barricade, which is all well and fun. He doesn't really deal a whole lot of damage, I don't think. I can't really remember. But he's dying, so must not be that big of a deal. I think he's dead. I can math. He's dead.
He died.
Hey!
It's not your fault.
Who do you think poisoned him, Mortis? I won. Not much of an achievement, considering that the orcs have tournaments every day. But I did win, and that's what matters. Traditional medicine could be good if we're about to be crumped. I don't think I want any of that. Shackles could be good. I don't think I want any of that. There's the Raven Hood. Another immunity, thank you. The Bow of the Crimson Steps. This is a pretty good bow. If we're just talking, I think we'll take Volcano. Just for the raw damage. If we're talking like strictly on which bow is better, I think the Bow of the Crimson Steps is better than the Raven's Bow. Because we gain 2 connection for each wounded enemy, which is of course increasing the effectiveness of all of our mechanics. But we're kind of cooking with the Raven set now. We're at the 2-piece. So whenever we summon a pet, we gain 2 connection. At the 3-piece, which we do have, I'm just not really using at the moment. Upon calling off a pet, deal 1 damage to random enemy for each connection, which is all well and fun. Hugin's Summon Unsummon Dance is a joy to experience. Put this on for now to generate an Ember. If the Lord... We're going to talk about the consequences now. If the Lord of the Northern Gate grants citizenship to fugitive criminals from the Empire, the other lords will not tolerate it. They will start a war against you. Destroying the Northern Gate and opening the way for the orcs of the Empire, they will not dare to do that. They'll find a way to keep you in check. Then I'll turn to your people for help. To us, the dwarves will never get into human fights. Neither will the elves. But the orcs won't refuse me. They're bad allies. You don't need me to tell you that. Orcs, demons, death forces. I don't care who my friends are. I will not let anyone dictate the terms for me. Do I care about this ember? Actually, now that I think about it. Is it free? Or is it my whole turn? It's my whole turn. Probably should have gone for the upgrade. Here's another question. Does removing the Raven's Amulet remove the Ember? Nope. So the way the Ember works is it's an ethereal card, so if you don't play it, it goes away. Deal 4 damage and inflict the same amount of burning. Strength does not affect the number. Each Ember in the draw pile increases damage by 4. So the whole shtick is to find a bunch of Embers by hitting multiple campfires, and you deal some good burning damage. The orcs promised to let me go in peace if I stepped into the arena against a giant armadillo and killed him. I had no other choice, just like the armadillo. I feel sorry for the poor animal. Cruel orcs captured him and put him in a cage. He fights against his will. End of the turn, increase connection by 2. Oh my goodness gracious. This is really good too. Man, this is great. Do I just keep this? You know what? We'll just keep it. I thought about putting on the bow of the Crimson Steps, but maybe we should have some really good connection growth. Which of course improves everything that I do. Alright. Discard all card. Nope. I stopped there. Of all the bloody things it could have been.
Take a rest and calm down.
Don't tell me what to do. Oh, that had ward. I shouldn't have attacked him. So one of the great things about fighting the Armadillo as Vanadis is that Vanadis does not care about... Does it want if I do that? How annoying. Vanadis does not particularly care about...
The means don't matter.
Barbed. So if he gets barbed when he goes into his roly-poly stance, you can just come back out. You can let Vanadis solo it. Which is all well and fun for me. Can I apply any more Frostbite? No. Alas, for Warlock. Alright. Ooh, that's a good expose. Thank you, Snorri. I have no idea what your quest is related to, but you've been good to me, bud. Okay, I guess no barb for me. Fire Master. No, that will kill Snorri. One connection for each move. I've never tried Ice Pick. The knowledge of war is really strong. Do I dare? We'll take it. I'll bring a card increase by 1. We don't really burn cards. Don't care for any of this. Another Mandrake Root. Okay, you know what? We might as well take this. Currently we have the armor that does nothing. I would love to upgrade Knowledge of War. I want to upgrade this as well. Man, there's so much to upgrade. You know what that means. I think we do the thing. When I am the ruler of the Northern Gate, I will definitely not break the truce with the orcs. I'll try to strengthen it. However, it is unknown whether the orcs will want an alliance with the weakened Northern Gate. Their respect can only be found by force, and we'll be struggling to recover from the devastation for a long time. Alright, I need to hit a merchant. There's only one merchant. So we have two ways that we can improve in strength. One, I can hit a merchant and attempt to complete the Raven set. You know, I don't really have any skills left in hand. The other method is blood for the blood god. This YOLO card could hurt. Let's go fiery weapon. I think this means I deal damage on burning. When dealing HP damage, also inflicted burning. Yep. Okay. Blood for the blood god. I could not watch indifferently as a child prayed to an unholy idol. He probably didn't even know what he was doing. However, I was yet to decide myself whether I wanted to get the power of the Inquilines or destroy it. I'm already a big girl, and I understand my actions. You lost 69 health. Nice. But the deck is now fully upgraded. This remains one of the most powerful events. I was shocked this wasn't nerfed on full release. Because this has been in early access for a hot minute. And I always do it. Probably need to drink both of those, but you know, just in case. We have a lot of defense thanks to the Armadillo shell and the, Where are we going to go here? Where do we go now? We could go visit the Mad Doctor. I actually have a curse to get rid of. Right? Loyalty and a sense of duty are alien to the demons. There is no alliance or even some sort of agreement between them. Every one of them has their own motives and pursues their own goals. The demonic gatekeeper doesn't care at all about the protection of the castle and the Lord's security. Anyone who has enough money to pay for the entrance can come in. I cannot say that it's bad, but when the throne of the Northern Gate becomes mine, the first thing I will do is change the gatekeeper. Wait for the Brother of Fire. The Brother of Fire approached the gatekeeper. They couldn't agree on the price, and a fight broke out. I can help the gatekeeper? Sure, I've never done that before. You won't get a discount for fighting, really. So who's going to disappear here when I do... Uh-oh. I have located a bug. Most curious. Who wants, Oh, it's the commander.
You didn't fight fair. That's good.
Of course I didn't fight fair. Who fights fair these days? I kind of want to do this. But I don't think it matters. 19 block, 3 evasion, 9 bomb. I don't know, I'm feeling pretty strong, team. Feeling pretty tanky. I'm also most certainly not doing this. His damage is nutty. Whenever you play 2 cards the same type in a row, he does Whirlwind, which is very strong. It hurts a lot. Playing as Vanadis helped the Gatekeeper fend off the Brotherhood of Fire. Thanks for the help. These Fire Brothers never want to pay. We're friends now. You can always pass for 450 coins. It's a lifetime discount. I've never been so generous. Good to know. Alright. Should I try and... This might be a knowledge of war angle. I don't want Snorri to die, though. Oh. Alright.
That won't help him.
No, it won't. Order lull. GG. So am I gonna have 70 health or 50 when we finish here? Let's find out, shall we? Okay. Suppose increased. Draw one from the draw one. Alright. Sigil of the Brotherhood of Fire. Damage against enemies with burning is increased by 50%. All burning is removed after being triggered. Interesting. Huh. This could be fun. So because... Oh, this should actually be really good. Because I have Fire Master. This would quite dramatically increase my damage. You know what? Let's take it. All cards in the deck are updated. They sure are. Another volcano? Why not? The Sword of Weakness is good, but we're not really going to be using it. Alright, Mr. Mad Doctor, I have a curse for you. Under the influence of demonic corruption, the Court Doctor has gone completely crazy. Although he hasn't lost his skills, it is nonetheless extremely risky to be treated by a mad doctor. Such a person should be killed as soon as possible, before he can harm anyone. Although, judging by the bloodstains on his robe, he already has. The only question is whether to kill him right now, or later. He begged... That was a crazy laughter. He begged for mercy so pitifully that I didn't have the heart to end his worthless life. Really? Okay. Looking at men like Sigismund's court magician, I start to think about many things. Did I say men like Sigismund's court magician? No. He was most definitely a demon, but my slip-up was no accident. My impression of this, creature is that demonism has not affected his mind in any way. On the contrary, after being reborn, he only became better, smarter, and more powerful. What is an acceptable sacrifice for power? Can you sell your soul for the sake of achieving a higher goal? Is my soul really that valuable? And is it worth trading the most valuable thing you have in order to get everything you want? No, if only I knew. With the help of this demon, I can create any spell I desire, although I'll have to give every single coin I have for it. After becoming a demon, the court mage of the Northern Gate changed only externally. His personality remained virtually untouched because his inquiline that possesses him has exactly the same traits as the mage himself. You have to be a very peculiar person for this to happen. So, spell against the totem was for a different Vanadis, right? There's no way every Vanadis has the totem. No, the totem is for Melenis. Yeah, okay. We don't need that. Who will the spell work on? Probably just want a defensive card, right? I usually just get a defensive card. What will be the effect? Healing. How will the additional effects be? Balm. Lose HP. Restore 8 health and inflict 5 balm on the hero. Upon playing, lose 5 health. Okay, sure. Uh-oh. Well, I messed up. I've got to equip the thingy. Why are you defending that scum from the Heathlands? Hang them all, and that will be that. All problems solved. Everyone lives in peace and harmony. They're not scum. Runaway criminals, convicts, murderers, and robbers are not scum. Then who are the scum? Humans are fleeing the Empire because the life of the common folk there is unbearable. The lords are fleecing grain growers and craftsmen. Let them revolt and overthrow the lords. The lord's power bases itself on foreign mercenaries, elves, orcs, and dwarves. The likes of you. Do not compare me to them. They are also scum. Normal dwarves stay at home. They do not wander around the world searching for profit and asking for trouble. Fair enough. More summons. More summons. At least I got this card to upgrade. That's nice. 3 damage 5 times is insane for our Vanadis. Alright, Sigismund. Sigismund has done a lot of harm in the Northern Gate. It's hard to believe he used to be a good guy. I feel a bit sorry for him. He secretly envied his brother. What's the big deal? It's unpleasant, but it can happen to anyone. If the demons had not taken it upon themselves to corrupt his soul, he would have remained a decent person for all his flaws. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Look at that. That buff list. But not everyone sells their soul to the demon. So, fun fact.
You didn't fight fair. That's good.
It burned the subject card in your hand out of seer. No. That'll be out of my deck because it's ethereal. Fun fact. Vanadis is the easiest to cheese the Sigismund. In fact, I might even demonstrate a little bit. Just a touch. So the way it works is by summoning Hugin, unsummoning and summoning, we can apply a number of debuffs to Sigismund that go through his armor. I don't need this. Hey, demon. And if we just focus on killing the random shit that spawns, Sigismund will eventually die. A horrible and painful death.
With good feeding, demons never stop growing.
Ah, that's unfortunate. Ah, well. Let's see if we can make it happen. Oh, we healed everybody. Alright. You want to play any cards here? I would love to play... I don't know how much damage he's dealing. Oh, you know what? I should have played it, because then I can unsummon him. That's right. This is always on me. It's good to know. I don't know why that went on her. Oh, Snorri's dead. Bye, Snorri. I'm kind of cheesing the boss here, but I'm sorry about your death.
Blast it all.
That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. That was a lot of damage. Do I really care here?
The poison will do its work.
These are single attacks, so if I get rid of Hugin to call him next time, it's kind of working. So we just double evade this. Bonk. Bonk. I don't need to play this turn. Do I just... You know what? I think it's time. Oh, shiitake mushrooms. Goodbye. Did I say it was time? It's not time. I suppose I can do this. No, I don't need to do it. We're chilling. We're big chilling. I have so many mandrake roots. Oh, yeah. They're gonna let me do this again.
Let the whole world blaze.
This is health damage, right? Nope. Who's cheesing Sigismund? I'm cheesing Sigismund. Oh. GG team. What a beautiful cheese. I don't remember the last time I did this.
His ordeal is over.
Wait, do I have to kill them all now? Shit. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, this is fine. See? Perfectly fine. Even just calling Hugin is a death sentence to the newly spawned enemies. Kablooey. Could you stop? Okay. She has 34 stacks of poison. Surely this is okay. We have one Hugin summon left. Why'd the music just get quiet? Okay. GG team. 84 block on 2 cards. Yeah. There's a reason that Hugin's the GOAT. The automaton is bombarding me with gold. Obviously, I need to use the gold against it somehow. Milenis is playing with me, giving me hints as if she wants me to win. I can feel how much she's enjoying that. But I'm not having much fun. Alright. What are we doing? We're drinking this for full health. We are probably double mandrake, double draw. Is there a card we want to duplicate? It wouldn't hurt to duplicate Knowledge of War, but I only have so much health I can work with. Maybe we're duplicating Freezing Blow. That actually probably the play. We could also duplicate Come. Context is important here. Alright, let's see what the thing is here. Upon summoning a pet, kills it and gives 200 gold. I see. I don't like it, but I see. Maybe it's Volcano? It could be Knife Trick, actually. I think it's just Freezing Blow. Why does his hand suck major donkey balls? So I can call in a Hugin, and it will die. And then I get money. But I inflicted the Frostbite. Well, okay. It's just discarding. It's not like burning or anything. Like that 12 burned this on me. I'm glad I got the heal card, I guess. Okay. Looks like we're going to be using Knowledge of War here. So, if I get lucky, we're okay. If I'm not lucky, we're bad. Good. Okay. 2 turns of strict immunity. Looking good. I believe Hugin has returned here. Why can't I play this? I don't know. I suppose. Farewell, Hugin. Oh! You're not dead. Awkward. I mean, I missed you, buddy. GG. Owie. Okay. We're immune for this turn. Take 6. And we win. Oh, I actually got really close near the end. Victory! Well done, Hugin, my goats. And that is justice fulfilled. Snorri tagged along there. I'm not really sure what he was doing, but it worked out in the end. By completing justice, we have unlocked the chariot. Draw -2. You get 2 turns in a row, so do enemies. Huh. I know exactly what class to use this on. The Foxy Vanadis has draw built in. So we'll be bringing back the Fox. But before the chariot can appear, we must return to the goats. For the sun. Max health is reduced, or excuse me, maximum health is 1. Un solamente. It cannot be increased by any means. Full immunity to negative effects. It is easy for you to rely on your strengths when they are insufficient. Interesting. I'm not sure where the quest is going to take us. It shows a picture of a Fire Brotherhood, which means it's probably going to the swamp, which means this could be a good deck for Curse build Percival. Not really sure who we're going to bring out for that, but that's a puzzle for next time. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you to the patrons and the Channel Support channel. I greatly appreciate you. If you'd accept my channel, feel free to join the description down below, and I will see you next time for the sun. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.